are live. Welcome to Glamma's Closet, guys. You know, there's always one thing that I forget. That was it, turning back on the thing. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, and welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. Ashley and Ashley are here. Mwah. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Oh, Jennifer, you shared on Facebook. Thank you. I am so happy to be back, trust me, and thank you so much for your patience with me, everybody. I really needed that summer break, and it was magnificent, and I feel 1,000 times better. There's my Ashley Reed. Mwah. Good morning, Ashley. Thank you for being here. And Craig, snoozing in the back of the class, just like always. Snooze on, brother, snooze on. You need the sleep. Ronnie, my heart. Hello, darling. It's good to see you this morning. And there's Ashley. Yay, so many pretty Ashleys in my chat. I get the best Ashleys. I really do. Regina, hello, darling. Thank you so much. It's good to be back. It is good to be back. I have missed it. Good morning, D. Wait, it's D if I do, because this reverses out. D, and anyway, you get it. I'm trying to make a D. I don't know. It reverses out. But D, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. D is part of the Buffalo group on Sunday night. They go live at 6 o'clock or 6:30, I think, Central Time, which is 7:30 Eastern. So if you haven't caught it, please do. Buffalo always has some great advice, and his chat is so much fun. It's just really a lot of super, super great people. Some of my favorite resellers, and everybody's saying hello to each other. And I'm glad to see that. If you are not over the age of 18, surprise, I smoke. It's a shocker. You don't see that much anymore. Oh my God, there is Ella. Ella, I appreciate you so much. Let's see. It's under media assets now, I think, is my thank you. They keep changing. Like they've got like weird. Wait a minute. Is it under style? They have changed this up. Ella, I'm going to thank you in person, and I apologize for not running a video, but I don't know where that video is now. It looks like StreamYard has changed up some things. Another super sticker. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend. It's got to be under media assets. Overlay logo, video clips, background music. No. But it's only got intro and outro. Here we go. Thank you, Ella. If you're using the free version, you can't use that anymore. Oh yeah, no, I paid for it. I was, there are things that I like, and there are things that I will change and give up, and things that I like and I've already figured out, so I'm going to keep them. So this was one of those. And it's expensive to keep it, guys. It cost me a little money. but it's worth it to me. And I hope it's worth it for you when I can't find the thank you video. Ella, thank you so much. Mwah. Much, much love. I appreciate you so much. There's Claudette. Hello. Claudette has been watching over the summer. Claudette, thank you so much for your watches. Mwah. You are a doll. You are an absolute doll for that. I appreciate you so, so much. So yeah, if you are not over the age of 18, please check out a different channel. The price increase was too much. It's a lot. Yeah. It was a little money. You mean a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of money. It was, I wasn't really happy about it. But I do allow myself to use my, selling money to indulge myself in whatever ways I like. And that was an indulgence for me. And it was well worth it. I am very technology resistant. I just refuse to learn. It's not that I refuse. I have trouble learning new technology. Unless I have somebody standing next to me going, okay, then you do this, then you do that. Yeah, smoke them if you got them, right? I'm not endorsing smoking. It's bad for you. It's going to eventually probably kill me, but something will. Everybody's got to go. I just want to enjoy myself while I'm headed out the door. But I do not recommend smoking. Please don't smoke if you can control that. My husband vapes. He switched over to vaping, and vapors are like incessantly. So I don't know if that's 20 years from now we'll find out. It'll be like if you or a loved one have vaped, it's gonna be like that. My gorgeous people. Hello. Robin, bye. Good morning. It's good to see you, honey. It is good to be back, guys. It really is. I overslept a little this morning, even though I had my alarm set. But to be fair, I took something to sleep last night and it wasn't working. And then, of course, they don't work. And you're like, this is not working. And then all of a sudden it does. And you're like, wow, this works great. I'm still sleeping. So I didn't get a chance to get up and put on makeup. But I mean, it's Sunday brunch. Which of us is fully made up sitting in a chair? I'll give you a hint. Not me. Not me. So I had a wonderful summer and much, much needed break. My gosh, we went from my youngest son graduated from college with his bachelor's degree, and he graduated summa cum laude. Sugar will kill us faster than smoking. It was good. I did smart. We got to do what we got to do. That's right, Claudette. That is absolutely right. And yeah, sugar will kill you fast, pretty fast too. Good morning, Wendy. Hello, beautiful. Mwah. It's so good to see you. Good morning. Thank you for being here. And what a cute pup. Oh my God. Is that a St. Bernard? Speaking of addicting things that are legal, have y'all heard of that new drink that apparently gets people hooked like crack? No. What new drink is that? Tell me. I did miss a lot. I did really kind of go radio silence on most of the internet. I checked in with my health chat from time to time, but for the most part, and I would post things from time to time, but that was about it. I was so busy, guys. I had there was 1 month where I had my grandmother. I had my grandmother. I had my granddaughter every single Friday. And then I had, like I said, I had my son's graduation on a Saturday from college. So we drove down there. And then the next weekend we had his big party. And I did all the coordination for that. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birthdays 7 birthdays in my family between June and the end of July. So like my husband and my 2 daughters-in-law and my baby mama's new husband and my husband. Did I mention my husband? And my sister and 2 cousins. So it's crazy. And I still have my my granddaughter's birthday coming up. So so it is it's just been busy and crazy, and we got a new puppy, and I'm trying to train the new puppy still. There are things that she's taking to like water, and things that she is letting go on my dining room floor like water. So it's we're still working on that. I have to re-puppy train her from scratch, and it's going to be annoying, but that's what we do. I saw something about it yesterday. It's called Feel Free, and it sounds like really bad. Like really bad. And it's legal, and teens get addicted to it. Oh, great. How is Glampa? Great question. Glampa is enjoying his summer. He had a fantastic summer, and now he is resting. He finally got a break from all of these storms. And so he had a good birthday week. We went to see this comedian, Chris Porter. We love him. He cusses a lot, but he's hilarious. Your mom went to bed at 7 last night and woke up an hour ago. What did you do to her over there? I told you I had her jogging. Yeah, I had my mom for a few days last week. And she is yeah, we would, we ate oatmeal together, we played Yahtzee, we watched TV. What else did we do? Just little stuff around the house. So it was nice to visit with my mother, and hopefully my sister enjoyed her camping trip with no guilt and no worry. Thanks, Jennifer, you gorgeous queen. She really is. She really is. So yeah, I mean, I put her on does jogging count? Because we went jogging. That's a joke. That is a joke. So your summer has been fun and relaxing so far at Glammaz. It really, really has. Happy late birthday, Grandpa. I will let him know. Yeah, Carrie, I honestly, I don't know. We wore her out. That's about all she can do. That is about all she can do. It's not like we, put her on a treadmill or anything. I haven't either, Jennifer, but I think it's best to keep off it on ourselves. So it's called, let's see, it is called, what's it called again? It's called Feel Free. Look out for this Feel Free. I'm going to look that up, by the way. I do make myself little notes throughout the shows. And Feel Free. I'm interested in looking at the deets on that. That sounds wow. Now I was born in the fall. I am a fall baby. So after the middle of summer, I actually start perking up. I actually get much more lively, much more interested in like my home and my I am less subject to the kind of little depressive episodes that go into summer. It's weird. Do you get seasonal affective disorder like that, guys? I get mine in February, and then it comes back again in June, because at the beginning of summer is like the top of a roller coaster for me. Usually summertime is kind of an emotional thing for me. It's a cause of anxiety. But some people get it when the sun starts to, when the days start getting a little bit shorter, and a little bit shorter, a little bit shorter, school's coming back. And Ooh, opiates. Well, let me try. No, I'm joking. Is Feel Free an energy drink? My seasonal depression hits in the summer because it's just awful hot. Oh, it is so hot. And you get a little cabin fever if it's too hot. You can't really do much outside except go swimming. Similar to opiates. Whoa. Yes, but mine is in the winter. Yeah, and a lot of people have that in the winter, like January, February. And again, it's that cabin fever thing. It's that cabin fever thing. Nothing bad has ever happened in the summer. Guys, if you don't know, and this is going to sound depressing, and I can't believe I'm laughing at it, but we laugh at it every year. My father passed away the day before my sister's birthday in June. Like the day before. He pretty much stole her birthday. He pretty much died on her birthday. Yeah. Yeah. And then we've had some other family tragedies happen in summertime, and and of course there are bugs and all that. It's just not. I'm just not a summer person. I never have been. Well, hell, really, I'm just a little depressed all year round. Who am I kidding, right? Right. And if you go through cyclical depression, it's strange some of the things that can trigger it. Oh, wow, I want me some of that. Me too, Claudette. I was like, maybe I'm going to try that. It kind of sounds delicious. I'm better with mild and cool temperatures. Me too. Get me into baking season. Yeah, Jennifer, that's what I was like. Really? I mean, Claudette. Oh, it's been 16 years since he passed, Claudette. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. He was one of a kind. He was very, very unique, and he tap danced through life. I can tell you that. He was born to be an entertainer. I think he was a frustrated Hollywood star. He should have been out there. Liv, good morning. I hope you're doing well this morning. I hope, speaking of depression, I saw a thing, and I hope you're feeling better and on the mend. Linda, oh my goodness, LT. What's up, LT? Good morning. Good morning. My mom passed away in September. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where, you know that the anniversary of these things is coming up, and you're not like, oh no, it's the anniversary of this, but it's just a seasonal thing, and you're like, man, tough. And my daughter in November, yeah, that's rough, Jennifer. That is so rough. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't have a lot of worst enemies, but I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I saw a reel about it from a guy who went to get gas. This young preteen kid came up to him asking him to buy that drink and was so high he tried to steal his wallet. Doesn't sound good to me. Yeah, if somebody's trying to steal your wallet to get an energy drink, that's crack. That's crack. That sounds like crack. Got my package. Oh, good. You did. Oh, good. Thank you. Mwah. I mailed those out after I got back from my cruise, and that was a lot. Anyway, moving on. Do your research is all I'm saying. Yeah. I just got a text scam alert telling me that they saw my resume and what they're looking for. I don't have a resume out there. Too good to be true. These scams are everywhere. Wendy, they are, aren't they? They will take anything. I get some text scans too where they're like, hey, how are you doing? I know your mom. And I'm like, no, you don't. If you knew my mom, you would know better than to text me. I wouldn't be the one that you were trying to get a hold of my mom with. It would be somebody else in my family, and I'm not going to say who, but she lives with her. Yeah, my daughter on Labor Day weekend. Oh, man, I'm so sorry, Claudette. I'm so sorry. My God. That's, as a parent, you wouldn't wish that. You wouldn't wish it on anybody, and anybody. I wouldn't. My God, I'm so sorry, Claudette. Sorry for the typos. I'm on my walking pad, trying not to bust my butt while typing. I think you're doing a good deal. You're doing a good job. There's a DMV scam going on through text too, Wendy. I will keep an eye on that. It says you owe for a ticket. Yeah, they can come to my house and get it, is what I say. When that IRS scam where they tell you to buy a gift card and all of that stuff, when that first came out, my mom actually got that call. Yeah, I get weekly job offers telling me I can make $2,000 a week. Yeah, if it sounds too good to be true. It was always my biggest fear after having 3 children. It really, really is. There's nothing a parent fears more. My number one fear in the whole world is losing my children. Number one fear. Nothing is scarier than that. Nothing. My children, my grandchildren, obviously they're the same. Thank you. Way too scary out there. Wendy, it really is. There's so much. Everybody's coming after your email and your Insta and your Facebook and your phone, and they're texting, and they're trying to get you. They are trying to get you. And yeah, I'm not going to let them. So Dennis and I went on our cruise. It was a 6-night cruise, and I think we found the perfect length of cruise. 8 nights was too much. We were just like, okay, we're kind of sick of being on a cruise by like night 7. And then 4 nights was way too little. It just felt like, a blip of a trip. So 6 nights, I think we hit the perfect little spot. We're like Baby Bear in the perfect spot. And we were back on Royal Caribbean because we keep gambling and they keep sending free cruises. And we got one day where we bought an excursion this time, which we don't normally do. Normally we'll go into port and then get back on the ship. He is Dennis the Menace. Trust me. Especially if you like to talk in bars, he'll never stop. We got an excursion, and again, we don't normally buy those. We normally go into port, do a little shopping, get back on the ship, and enjoy the empty pool. But we got one this time where we went into we got off the ship and on a tour bus full of people who are going to the same it's like a private beach club or something. And the beach is not like, it's just a Jamaican beach. But we get on the tour bus, we go there, they drop us off. We go inside the gift shop and check that out. They ask if anybody wants to buy a cabana for the day. And you may not have noticed how fish belly white we are. My husband is lighter than I am. So of course we're like, yeah, cabana, please. And it was only $80 to rent, which, for perspective, it's $400 to rent a cabana at Six Flags Water Park. It was $400 to rent a cabana on the ship in the pool area. So we thought $80 was a good deal for all the sun protection that we could get. And then if you have your special pink band that says you paid not $40 but $50 for your day trip, then you get all the drinks you can drink. So we're drinking these little blue drinks in Jamaica on the beach, and I've got my big old hat, and because I'm not risking it. And we're dancing on the beach, and they had a DJ, and they had like little games going, and they had a big buffet lunch with all Jamaican food served by Jamaican people. And everything was so good, and it was so fun, and the music was great. So if you get a chance, I recommend, if you're going on a cruise, I recommend doing like at least one day trip to a private beach. I think those are fun. And it was only like $50 a piece. And like to zip line in Jamaica where you climb up half a mountain and then zip line down, that was $120 a person. And I'm not like, ooh, let me get off this boat and go hiking. I am not that guy, honey. I keep getting one that says my iCloud subscription is being suspended. I need to pay up. Yeah. It's like that IRS thing, right? It's that IRS thing. Yes, jerk chicken was on our buffet, and the thing is that the buffet was created by and served by all Jamaican people. And I could tell because when they were talking to each other, when they were talking to me, I could understand them. When they were talking to each other, I couldn't understand them. I could understand like maybe one every 10 words. So yeah, I knew they were the real deal. At least I thought they were the real deal. And we had a wonderful, wonderful time. It was so much fun. And then of course the ships are full of, pools and trivia and all sorts of stuff. And I did Rolling Stones trivia. And here's where I got a little bit miffed. They had Name That Tune Rolling Stones trivia, and I was just playing along on the side. I wasn't like, in the contest because I was like, I don't want to do that. I already killed you with Elvis, and I'm never gonna top that one where I got like 14 out of 15 questions because Elvis, right? So they really were, Claudette. They were so nice, and everybody was chatty, and we had a great time. And I'll tell you a story about Jamaican coffee in a second. But they had a Rolling Stones Name That Tune trivia. They had like Angie, they had, all Paint It Black. They had all the Rolling Stones hits. You know what they didn't have? They didn't have Sympathy for the Devil, which I could have clocked that from the very first 5 seconds of the intro, from the bongo drums that they play at the beginning. Literally, who can, right? And I was so mad for some reason. I was like, how can you not have one of the most world famous songs that they've ever done? Not that they don't have a lot of famous songs, but I mean, I said, and I walked up to the lady and I handed in my thing and I said, you don't have Sympathy for the Devil. And she's like, I don't have what? And I'm like, oh, good Lord. And I just walked away. I said, oh, good Lord. I couldn't believe she didn't even know what that song was. She was like a younger girl. What's up, P. Murph, my brother from another mother? Yeah, Claudette, the Jamaican people were very, very nice. And we went into a coffee shop. And it wasn't like next door they were serving, it was like a cafe. But we go into the shop that's selling Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. And so we bought 2 big fancy bags, 1-pound bags of Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. It cost us $104. It was $104 for 2 pounds of coffee. And we thought, we tend to splurge when we're on vacation and pay for things that we wouldn't normally pay for. And, on land, obviously, I would never pay $20 for a straw purse. I can find one at the Goodwill for $2. But, it's vacation and we splurge. So, yeah. So we got $104 worth of Blue Mountain coffee. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was just coffee, but Wendy, I don't know. I mean, the drug dogs at the airport didn't mind it, so I'm pretty sure it was just coffee. I don't know. We left it sealed, and we get it through the airport. We shuck this thing all the way from Jamaica onto the ship and off the ship and onto the airplane and off the airplane and all the way home. And so we get home, and day 2 of being back, I made the Jamaican coffee. Day 1, I had to have my own coffee. I missed my own coffee so badly. And here's the funny thing. We brew it and it smells good, and we taste it, and my husband's like, does this taste familiar to you? And I'm like, it does taste familiar to me. I'm not sure what that familiar taste is, but it tastes familiar. Turns out it took us a little bit, but it turns out it tastes like Folgers. I think Folgers uses Blue Mountain coffee. It tasted like Folgers. I was like, oh, we just spent $104 on some Folgers. It was the funniest thing. And we're tourists and we're touristy and we didn't mind. It was an indulgence, and we thought we were being fancy and cool. But yeah, just when you think you're cool, you're drinking Folgers. I said they probably called Folgers and got like 2 giant barrels and had it shipped to the island, and they're just scooping it out and back charging tourists $50 a bag. I was like, here we are with our Folgers. It's good Folgers. It is. It was just really funny. It was really funny. We were like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we got had. I'm pretty sure we've been had. And it's okay for the touristy stuff. We tend to indulge ourselves and just, the laugh is worth it. The laugh was totally worth it. We walked around drinking our coffee laughing. We just thought it was hilarious. So that was so, it was just so fun. And we don't have, it's not like we are, rich and we can afford a bunch of cruises every year. It just so happens that, on our first cruise, we won a lot gambling. And of course, when you do that, you tend to put it back in. So, that's how we ended up in the Prime Club for their casino. And that's how we ended up getting a ton of free cruise offers. So, because they want us to come back and spend some more money. So that's how that works, by the way. If you ever go on a cruise, hit that casino, you never know. You could get offers for free cruises or discounted cruises. So that's how that went. So that was lovely. And then we came back, and then I had my mom last week for a few days, and here I am. And I have missed you this summer. And has anybody had anything outstanding happen this summer or anything crazy happen this summer? Let me know. Let me know. I do know that I tuned into the 2 hip chicks, and they are getting ready to move. I think they fell in love with Costa Rica, and I think that's where they're headed. I don't think that's a secret. So good for them, and I hope that they are doing incredibly well with the move. That's a lot of downsizing to do, and I think they're about to have like an estate sale that's going to be probably the estate sale of the century. But if it's them, it's going to be crazy and great, and so I hope they have a really good, very, very good estate sale. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to back to school, already putting some things out, and I've got some other things that I've been holding on to this summertime for back to school time. So I want those to be fresh listings on Fresh Eyes. We're headed into Q3 and eventually Q4. And I know, especially when you sell hard goods, when you sell toys, things like that, Q4 is a very, very big thing. For a clothing seller, Q3 is actually a little bit better for me anyway than Q4 is. Does finding a dead guy in a vacant mobile home next door 2 weeks ago count? Oh my God, Jennifer. Jennifer coming in with the fire. What in the world? How did you find him? Did you find him, or did the cops find him? I must know more. Finding a dead guy in the mobile home next door. Good Lord. This year is flying. Can't believe we're talking about back to school. I know, right? It feels like it just started. Our son came down for a few days visit, so that was exciting. Then our daughter and granddaughter are coming in October. Yay! They live 7 hours away. Wow, Claudette. That's kind of amazing. Yay! I'm so happy for your reunion. You're going to like that. I just got clotheslined by my chair. The smell. Did you call the cops about the smell? We must know more. We need details. This is like Stand By Me, but without River Phoenix. Rest in peace. Oh, my Lord have mercy. So here's the question that I have for you. Besides all the questions that I have about Jennifer's neighbor. So they had been dead for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Or you found him dead 2 weeks ago. How long had he been dead? The lady on the other side called them at 8:30. They showed up at 3 a.m. The cops showed up at 3 a.m. after she called them at 8:30 for a weird smell. That is not a good sign. You, like 4 or 5 days. Oh, my goodness. Ugh. Oh, God. Wow. Natural causes, hopefully. Did they give you any information as to what man, we said lots of flies too. Oh, God. Oh. Okay, you had a way more interesting summer than I had. That is pretty interesting. And I can't even lie. I'd be all up in my window like this the whole time. I would just be like, so I kind of knew. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, if it's your neighbor, you kind of know him. Yeah, I get that. Was it an older person? Do we know if they had health issues? Yeah. I'm sorry you had to see that and smell that. And hopefully the flies are gone. He was 38? 38, my God. That just goes to prove once it's time for your number to get punched, that's it. Your number's punched. Don't fight it. That's just how it was. I expect that's how I will be found. He was homeless, living in the back room, apparently. Oh, my God. That's sad. That is so sad. He's a drug addict. That can happen. Maybe he was trying recovery and went into shock because, if you don't have guided recovery, you can go into shock. Maybe he got a hold of some, fentanyl. I keep hearing about people ODing on fentanyl, stuff like that. This is, yeah. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic, and there's not enough help. That's sad. Speaking of things that are sad, although nowhere near as sad as that. I actually heard him in there on that Saturday around 4. I just said, get out or I'm calling the cops. Okay. Yeah, alcohol withdrawal can be worse or just as bad. Yeah, alcohol withdrawal can kill you too. The DTs can kill you. Apparently he never came out. Wow. So he was squatting there. Goodness. Goodness gracious. He was a drug addict, not an alcoholic, yeah. Yeah. He was probably jonesing for a fix. You never know. And maybe he had the, fixins with him and just one too many. It can happen. We locked him out a few times. He kept getting back in. Oh, good Lord. I think you got bad drugs. Yeah. What do they call it? They call it a hot batch or a hot something. I only saw that at the end of the movie Casino, but yeah, or fentanyl. If you get the Fenty, if somebody cuts fentanyl into whatever drugs that they're stomping on in the street, when they say stomped on drugs, by the way, that means that they are adding stuff to it. And if you add stuff to the drugs, can you resend the purse info? I can't find it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Robin. The purse info. Robin, can you email me and give me more details? My short-term memory is not that great. I did have fun in my 20s a lot. Like a lot. So unfortunately, I just can't remember what we were talking about. But if you could shoot me an email about it, that would be great. He had two little kids. Yeah. Yeah, that's sad. Wow, that's a sad summer. That's a cruel summer. And there are only two roads for addicts to end on, and it's either recovery or the other, or OD, I guess. I mean, that's how I perceive it, in my opinion. So Jennifer, thank God for everybody who has gone through recovery. Thank God for you. Thank God you're here. Thank God you're here. And sometimes you look over at somebody and go, "There for the grace of God goes I." That could be me. So yeah. Well, we wish every comfort for his kids, and hopefully they're being taken care of. He wouldn't quit using his girlfriend, almost died last year. She got clean, he wouldn't, so he got kicked out. So that's why he was homeless. Yeah. Yeah. Because when you're in recovery, you can't have another addict in your house. You can't. I once had an AIDS patient who told me that AIDS saved her life because it took her off the streets and she would have died of a drug overdose. Wow. Their mama's clean now and doing great. Oh, good. So there is somebody to take care of those little girls. We knew a few kids that each took a pill they bought from a friend. They all took them at the same time thinking it was Xanax. Well, 2 dropped dead right away. This had fentanyl in it. Fentanyl is deadly. Deadly. You have to be so careful. You have to be so careful. My God. By the way, summer slowdown for me. Now that was a huge change in subject really quickly, but just FYI, summer slowdown for me really never happened. I'll get it and I'll know it and I'll be like, oh man, it's really slow. Didn't happen. Look for the happy finds. Life is too short. I pick peace. Me too, Wendy. Me too. I keep telling my daughter she better not take anything anyone gives her. Yeah. You're right, Jennifer. You are exactly right. Yeah. Even touching something can kill you. Ain't that right? Isn't that right? That's so true. Patrick has an announcement. Last day, people, breaking news. Domino's has their any pizza, any toppings for $9.99 this week. Patrick, I feel like you work for Domino's now. We'll work for Domino's. He needs that sign. Somebody make that sign and send it to Patrick. Patrick does get the good deals, though, y'all. He finds the good stuff. He finds the good stuff. I actually saw a girl snort something from a stranger on Bourbon Street. Oh, good Lord, Robin. Yeah, you never know what it is. Could be GHB. Do they still? I thought it was over this weekend. You'll have to refer to our Domino's our Domino's expert. Please refer to this. Order sauce and pizza, Patrick. Let's have a pizza party. There we go. Pizza across America. No, I am not an influencer in my car showing a pizza in their car. Yeah, summer slowdown didn't happen for me. I don't know what it was, but I kept getting orders. And I was shipping. And when I got back from the cruise, I had my vacation mode turned off 2 days before we got back to St. Louis. And by the time I got back, I had 3 orders to send out, so it was going. I'm not going to do a what sold this week because we're just, we're getting back together. We're getting the band back together. Need more. I can always use more. Oh, need more thumbs up. Yes, please. If you are in the chat, it costs nothing to put your thumb up. Could you please hit that thumb up button? I really use it. Hey guys, welcome back to Veronica McKay Chan here in my car with the large pizza. Let's look and make stupid shock faces. Like that. Ooh, Arby's has a BOGO sandwich delivery only today. Code is meathead. I'll be darned. I had no orders all summer till last weekend. I had 2 back-to-back. Nice. Yeah, Veronica, I don't blame you. Domino's should pay me because I pay them. I pay them when I want something. So, if they want something from me, they can pay me too. I don't know if I have an Arby's nearby. We had one that we did for DoorDash. But I don't know how close they were, if there was an extra delivery charge or not. I was so in the mood for Arby's that I just ignored whatever, was near. Sounds like a lame excuse to me. So this summer I sold all sorts of things. I can tell you that since I've been back, this week I've sold, you would think headed back to school that I would sell more shoes and stuff. I've actually sold more dresses and pants and suits. So I think the teachers are shopping right now. I think the parents are waiting until tax-free weekends or something. But the teachers right now are shopping for their back-to-school wardrobes. So that's always good. And I sold a few vintage pieces that I absolutely have loved. And I was really, really happy about that. You do need more coffee, but I have 2 pounds of Jamaican Folgers if you I have 2 pounds of Folgers from Jamaica if you need for me to send you some, Veronica. Is it tax-free weekend in Virginia this weekend? So I knew that those were coming up in August, and I assumed that it would happen soon. We usually we get a gift card for each of our grandkids and give it to their parents because we know that their parents are going to take them back to school shopping and measure them for jeans and all that stuff. So, and since I don't want to be with a pouty kid in Target or Old Navy or at the mall or whatever, I don't want to do that. Oh, you should check if the bins charge you tax yesterday. I didn't think the Goodwill charged tax. Huh. When do your kids go back to school? Ours go back September, the day after Labor Day. I want to say in this area, they go back the 3rd week of August, I think. Yes, don't miss Defend the Hustle tonight. If you get a chance, go see Buffalo and D Middleman and Kev, I think is there. No, Kev's not there. And Chris Chris from Glass City Pickers. So they usually have a guest, and they usually have a really wonderful show. Last week of August here. Yeah, I think like August the, like, I don't know, 18th or something like that. I think is when the kids go back, but I can't be sure. My friend Miss Sue is a teacher, and I can tell you that she's really looking forward to going back to school. But yeah. Hello, Lady Bravin. Bravin? Lady Bravin? Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Luckily, the PTA provides most of the stuff here. We love that. Yeah, there's some back to school shopping. It gets expensive, and especially if you have, more than one kid, it gets real expensive. You have to get backpacks and pencils and hand sanitizer and tissues and all the stuff. My kid is already arguing about school with me. Sigh. Yeah, there are things that you can bend on and things that you cannot bend on. And you're like, look, you gotta go. You have to, if you don't go to school, I get arrested. You gotta go. Deborah, hello, gorgeous. Good morning, honey. Lady Bravin, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. This is the first time we're not getting a new backpack because this is still good. They don't need new shit they really don't need new stuff every year. They don't. If you've got extra stuff, yeah. And they do have, certain concessions about like some necessities like glue and pencils and like erasers and stuff like that. They will have on like, a deep discount in bins at like Target and Walmart and stuff like that. Where you can get really good cheap stuff. I get some office supplies usually this time of year, and because it's, especially in tax-free, and then it's discounted too. Both my kids doing summer school this year. Anyway, they were too lazy to do the work during the school year. Yeah, and then it has to suck away the summer, right? We had one year of summer school. It was like a voluntary summer school, but they had like all these interesting little classes, like, how to be a clown and how to do this and how to do that. And I think it was just I guess it was so they could get extra money from the school district or from the government or whatever. And I sent my son, and on the second day, the bus left him behind, and then the teacher blamed him for it because, God forbid he couldn't find his way through this maze of a little school where they had like, it was laid out really weird, like a wagon wheel, and he said, I don't want to go back. And so we did not take him back because, yeah. And you can imagine my response, because I'm so calm. I was not calm. And they give them online summer school. The kids still don't want to do it. Yeah. Yeah. You leave my kid behind and then rag him out for being left behind. Mm-mm. No, sir. So I had to leave the office, and by the time I got there, it was scalding hot outside, and I'm wearing a polyester suit and, a poly blend, but it's still not breathable. And I show up, and my poor little boy, it just looks devastated, and he's sitting there with tears. We had some words. I can say that. There were some, there were some people who were threatened to get snatched bald. Allegedly. The first day of kindergarten, they couldn't find my kid at pickup, and I almost lost my ish. They're like, well, he didn't respond to his number being called. It takes these kids a little while. You gotta look for them. Sometimes you gotta go look for them and go, okay, here's the protocol. Here's the thing. And they really did have this middle school was laid out on like a wagon wheel. So there was like the central office in the middle, and then like little pods all over the place. And he was supposed to find his way around. He was like in first grade or second grade. It just wasn't his middle school where they had nice long hallways that ended in the thing. So yeah, it lit me on fire. It lit a fire. He was 5. It was literally his first day in the all the kids in the loud cafeteria. Really, you gonna blame him, right? Yeah, I'm like, and his school is huge. Yeah, some of these schools are. I mean, you're like, why is there not a tram to take you from one end to the other? I mean, the kids need the exercise, but for adult night, you'd think they'd provide a golf cart or something. I don't know. Some of these schools are really ginormous. Yeah, really, really ginormous. It is overwhelming, Wendy, and I would, if I were in his position, I would have sat there crying too. Then some lady, ragging me out. So yeah, he was with his teacher and totally fine, but yeah, not a fun experience. Yeah, no. He probably had a meltdown. I would have had a meltdown. I know that. I know that. So hopefully all of your going back to school situations are smooth and very easy to navigate this year. But we'll talk a little bit about that next week, and we'll have I will have my my sales to show, and we'll have a what sold sort of situation, so I can actually get back into the actual schedule and swing of things. But I just kind of wanted to visit with my peeps this week, and I wanted to say hello to you all because I have missed you all a great deal. A great deal. I really have. I needed the break. I had to force myself to take the break because I'm not used to taking breaks for a very long time. But I missed you and I love you very much. And I just can't tell you how happy I am to see you all this morning. Wouldn't happen now. He's ready to leave by 4. Yeah. That's okay. I left my sister on her first day of school at kindergarten. I was supposed to walk home with her. I forgot and walked home and got into trouble. I did, Veronica. I did get a good break to recharge and needed it. It really needed to happen. It now feels like Sunday. It does for me too. Sundays got a little weird for me. I was like, what day is it? What time is it? I'm like, I'm losing track of my days now because I'm used to I start the week with the Sunday brunch and then that's everything goes from there. So when you don't have that starting point, you're like, well, whoa, what day is it again? Great seeing you back and glad you took the break, Glammaz. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for being here this morning. I am going to go finish my coffee, do some listing on Poshmark, and then probably take a Sunday nap. That sounds good. So much love to you all. I hope that back to school goes smoothly, and I hope that all of your neighbors are alive and breathing. So with that being said, just know no matter where you go, whatever you do, or whatever your neighbor's house smells like, just know that Glamma loves you, and I hope you have a great week. Mwah. Bye, guys.